everyone, I am Teacher Will and welcome back to Statistics and Probability subject. This is the third video of Module 2, Normal Distribution, and for today's video lesson, we will learn to compute for the probabilities using standard normal table. So let's start! Ayan, so kung matatandaan ninyo yung discussion natin about the z-table, that is also called the standard normal table. At sa table na yon, natin makikita yung mga areas under the normal curve that corresponds to a z-value. And the area under the normal curve is also called the probability. And this probability gives the desired percentage for x. So same lang naman po ang ibig sabihin when we say the area, percentage, proportion, and the probability. We will use the following notations for a random variable concerning the normal curve. So the first notation is probability of z less than b greater than a. And this denotes that the z-score is between a and b. Next, the probability of z greater than a. And this denotes that the probability of z-score is greater than a. And p, probability of z less than a. And this denotes that the probability of a z-score is less than a. So we will have different example of all the cases that we might encounter in interpreting the probabilities of a standard normal variable. Alright. Yung first case natin, ang required area ay ito. Yung mga shaded region natin, yung mga to the right ng ating negative z and yung to the right ng ating positive z. So ito yung mga terminologies that will describe these regions. Greater than z, at least z, more than z, to the right of z, at yung above z. Okay, so let's have an example on each case. So una muna tayo sa proportion ng negative z natin. Find the proportion of the area above negative 2. Una, let's illustrate yung area na hinahanap natin by shading the required region. Okay? And so we have 0, 1, 2, and 3. Then negative 1, negative 2, then negative 3. So ang hinahanap po natin ay yung above negative 2. So this is negative 2, so yung above niya ay ito. So, paano kaya ang analysis kapag ang hinahanap natin ay above ng negative z value? So, kung mapapansin ninyo, shaded region niya yung buong kalahati ng normal curve. So, this is 0.5. And, ang kailangan na lang natin alamin ay yung region between ng ating 0 at negative 2. Which is, kaya natin hanapin using the z-table. Okay, ito. Hanapin natin. Go tayo sa z-table natin. Hanapin ang 2.0. Then 0, 0, we have, so itong region na to is 0.4772. Let's use a probability notation to form this equation. So we have the probability z greater than negative 2 and, or above 2. Same lang po yan. So, kailangan lang natin ipag-add ang 0.5 at 0.4772. So, yun na yung buong area ng z greater than negative 2. That is 0.9772. Ayan. So, the proportion of the area above negative 2 is 0.9772. Ayan. So, sa example na to, ang hinahanap naman natin ay yung greater than ng positive z natin. Okay. So, in this case, let's find the proportion of the area greater than z2. So, let's illustrate first yung nahanap nating area. Ayan. So, we have 0, 1, 2, 3. So, ito yung 2 natin. Ayan, 2. So, shade natin yung greater than 2. Ayan. So, yan po yung hinahanap nating area. So, analyze lang ninyo, matatandaan ninyo ang buong kalahati po is 0.5. At using yung ating z-table na mahanap natin po kasi ang area ng between 2 and 0, we have 0.4772. Yan. So, gamit itong area na to, kaya na natin hanapin yung area. So, ay! True. So, let's use a probability notation. P, z greater than 2. Yan. So, we have 0.5. Ma-minus lang natin yung ating 0.4772. Kaya na natin makuha yung area that is greater than 2. Yan. We have 0.0 0.0228. Ayan. So the proportion of the area greater than 2 is 0.00. So sa second case naman natin, ang hinahanap naman nating area ay itong to the left ng ating z's. So ito, ang itsura kapag to the left ng negative z at ganito naman kapag to the left ng positive z. At yung mga terminologies na that will describe these regions ay yung less than z, at most z, no more than z, to the left of z, at yung below of z. So let's have examples. To the right, to the left muna ng negative z. Find the area to the left of negative 1. So let's illustrate first. So we have 0, negative 1, negative 2, then negative 3. So yung hinahanap natin ay yung to the left ng ating negative 1. So yan po yung hinahanap natin. Ayan. So gamit yung z-table natin, which is ang kaya nating hanapin ay yung area between ng negative 1 at 0, which is yung 0.3413, kaya na nating hanapin ito. So, paano po yun? We all know that yung kalahati ng ating normal curve is 0.50. So, ima-minus lang natin itong area sa z-table, then makukuha na natin itong shaded region natin. Okay? So, let's write the probability notation. So, probability of z to the left, so that is less than negative 1. So, ma-minus lang. 0.5 minus 0.3413. Okay? So, the answer is 0.1587. Yeah. So, the proportion of the area to the left of negative 1 is 0.1587, or that is 15.87%. Okay? Next. So, next naman nating example ay yung to the left or yung less than ng positive z. So, find the area of at most 1. Illustrate lang natin. 1, 2, 10. Okay. So, hinahanap ay yung less than. Ito po yun. Ayan. Ayan yung part na yan. So, using the z-table, kaya natin hanapin tong area na to. Na between 0 at 1, which is 0.3413. Ayan. So, kung i-analyze po natin, i-add lang natin itong remaining region, which is yung kalahati ng normal curve, 0.50. Pag-add lang natin, makukuha na natin yung area ng at most 1. So, let's write the probability notation. That is z less than 1. Ayan. So, we just add 0.5 plus 0.3413. So, the answer is 0.8413. Okay. So, the proportion of the area at most 1 is 0.8413 or 84.13%. Okay. Next. So, next na required area natin ay ito, yung mga between ng mga z's natin. So, itong unang figure, ang hinahanap dito is yung between ng negative z's natin. And yung second figure naman, yung hinahanap ay yung between ng positive z's natin. At yung third figure, yung hinahanap is yung between ng negative z at ng positive z. So, let's have an example for each figure. So, una, yung between ng negative z at ng positive z. Find the area between negative 0.93 at ng 1.74. So, let's illustrate muna sa normal curve. Ayan. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. So, ang hinahanap natin ay yung negative 0.93. So, bago mag-1 yun. Banda dito. Sabihin natin banda dyan. Ayan. Negative 0.93. And 1.74. Sabihin natin banda dito. 1.74. Ayan. So, hinahanap natin region ay yung nasa gitna po nila. And using z-table, kaya po natin hanapin yung region na between ng 0 at 1.74. Ayan. Kaya din natin hanapin itong region na between 0.93 at ng 0. Ayan. So, hanapin muna natin yung 0.93, 0.9, tapos 3. So, we have 0.3288. Ayan. The next naman is 1.74. 1.7, then 0.04. So, we have 0.4591. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo, ipagsasama lang natin kasi nga between. So, we can now have the area between 0.93 and negative 0.93 and 1.74. So, probability z less than 1.74 greater than 0.93. Ayan. So, pag-add lang. 0.3288 plus 0.4591. 0.7879. So the area between negative 0.93 and 1.74 is 0.7879. So, or that is 78.79. So yung next natin ay yung between ng dalawang negative C values natin. Find the area between negative 0.93 and negative 1.74. So yung una muna natin gawin, illustrate lang muna natin siya in standard normal curve. C, 1, 2, and 3. Negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. So yung negative 0.93 natin is mga banda dito siya, bago mag-negative 1. Tingnan natin dito banda. Ayan. This is negative 0.93. At yung next naman is negative 1.74. So, bago mag-negative 2 yan. Let's say dito banda. Negative 1.74. Ayan. So, ang hinahanap po natin ay yung area dito sa gitna po nila. So, using the Z table, alam po natin yung area between 1.74 at 0. Gayon din yung area dito. And syempre, para makuha natin yung hinahanap nating area, ima-minus lang natin yung area ng negative 0.93 sa area ng negative 1.74. Yan. So, sa Z table, ang 1.74 ay 0.4591. 0.4591. While yung negative 0.93 is 0.3288. Ayan. So, using probability notation, ang hinahanap po natin is the less than ng negative 0.93. But greater than kay negative 1.74. Ayan. So, yun po yung hinahanap natin. So, i-minus lang 0.4591 minus 0.3288. 0.3003. So the area between negative 0.93 and negative 1.74 is 0.1303, or that is 13.03%. Okay. Next example. So yung next example naman natin ay yung area between ng dalawang positive values natin. Find the area between 0.94 and 1.75. So illustrate muna natin using a normal curve. Sorry. So, have your 0, 1, 2, and 3. Then, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So, ang hinahanap is 0.94 bago mag-1 yan. Kita lang natin. Banda dito. Let's say banda dito. 0.94. At yung 1.75, sabihin na natin banda dito. 1.75. Okay, so ang hinahanap ay yung so using the Z table, makukuha natin yung area ng 1.75 at yung area naman nitong 0.94. Then, ipag-minus lang natin silang dalawa, makukuha na natin yung area between them. Yung area na yan. So, the probability that the Z is less than 1.75 but greater than 0.94. That is equal to 1.75 ay 0.4599 minus 0.94. 0.3264. Ayan. So, pag minus natin, 0.1335. Ayan. Alright, so the area between 0.94 and 1.75 is 0.1335, or that is 13.35%. Let's have some illustrative real-life examples of finding probabilities under normal curve. So, Miss Ko, a statistics and probability teacher of Zambales National High School, Senior High School, wants to know the probability of the scores of her students of getting lower than 80 with a mean 75 and standard deviation 10. Identify natin muna yung mga given natin. May given tayo dito na data na mean, which is 75, at standard deviation of 10. Ngayon, ang hinahanap mo natin ay probability that x is less than 80. Ayan. So to find the probability, kailangan lang natin yung ating z-table. But in z-table, ang kailangan po natin ay ang z-value. At wala tayong given na z-value dito. So we have to convert itong given measurement of given score na 80 into a standard normal variable z. Kailangan natin yung ating formula z is equal to x minus the mean all over the standard deviation. We have 80 minus 75 over 10. And that is, 80 minus 75 is 5 over 10, that's 0.5. So, 0.5 ang ating z. So, this is our z. Ngayon, let's illustrate sa ating normal curve kung ano yung area, kung ano yung probability na gusto natin hanapin. 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, ang hinahanap ay yung 0.5. So, dito siya. Nandito sa kalahati. Ayan. Ito yung 0.5. At ang hinahanap is lower than. Mas mababa. So, itong left side na ito. Yan ang region na hinahanap natin. So, ngayon, para mahanap po yan, ang kailangan natin ay yung ating probability of z less than 0.5. So, kaya natin, itong part na to, na between 0.5 and 0, kaya natin hanapin sa z-table. Yan. While ito namang kalahati, that is 0.5. So, ipagpa-plus lang po natin siya. Ang 0.5 natin sa z-table is 1915. This is 0.1915. Ayan. So, i-add lang po natin ang 0.5 at ang 0.1915. Yun na po yung area that is lower than 0.5 or lower than the raw score 80. Okay? So, that will give us 0.6915. Ayan. So, paano po ang interpretation natin dyan? So, that will mean that the probability that the student will get lower than 80 is 0.6915 or 69.15%. Okay? For our last example, the weights of 1,000 children average 50 kilogram and the standard deviation is 5 kilogram. How many children weigh between 40 kilogram and 55 kilogram? Ayan. So, identify muna natin yung ating mga given. So, ang mga given natin ay meron tayong yung ating average at yung standard deviation. So, we have the mean, 50. And we have the standard deviation, 5. Yan. Yep. Yan. So, ngayon, ang hinahanap po natin ay yung probability na yung ating weight is between 55 kilogram and 40 kilogram. Okay? And so, yan po yung hinahanap natin. Again, para mahanap itong probability na to, kailangan lang natin ng z-table. At sa z-table, kailangan natin i-convert yung mga raw scores natin into z-values. So, yung 40 kilograms natin, i-convert, yan na lang muna i-convert natin. Z is equal to 40 minus 50 all over 5. That will give you 10 over 5 or equal to 2. So, 2 yung ating 40 kilogram. How about yung 55 naman? 55 minus 50 over 5. 55 minus 50, that is 5 over 5. 5 over 5 is 1. So, 1 naman yung 55 kilogram natin. And illustrate natin siya in our normal curve. Para makita natin kung ano yung region na hinahanap natin. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, then negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Kailangan natin ay yung area ng 2 at yung area ng 1. Ito, yung nasa gitna po nila. Again, using the z-table, kaya natin hanapin yung area ng 1 at yung area ng negative 2. So, yung area ng 1, that is 0.3413. At yung area naman ng negative 2 is 0.477. Ayan. So, ipag-add lang po natin siya. Z is less than 1 but greater than negative 2. Ayan. 0.4772 plus 0.3413. So the answer is 0.8185. So therefore, out of 1,000 children, 81.85% weigh between 40 kilogram and 55 kilogram. Pero ang tanong, ilan sa 1,000 children na yun? Ang 81.85%. So, kailangan lang natin i-multiply. So, yung final solution natin, i-multiply natin yung 1,000 sa 0.8185. 818.5. And of course, wala namang 0.5 na bata. So, either lang na 818 na bata or 819 na bata ang may timbang between 40 kilogram and 55 kilogram. So, ganun lang siya kadali. Yeah, so there are 819, approximately 819 children weigh between 40 kilogram and 55 kilogram. All right, that's all for today's video. Thank you for listening and make sure to hit the notification bell to get updated with our lessons. Bye.